Welcome back to Impossible Versus Matches, where we take pop culture characters, put them against each other, and who knows what'll happen. All sorts of crazy stuff. If you don't know how things are going by now, you get with the program already. I can't yell at you people enough.
Every episode, I just get angrier and angrier.
Every episode, I get angrier. The views keep declining. There must be no correlation. But I'm Joseph, and in this episode, I am joined by my good friend Craig.
What's up, guys?
And we are doing a bit of a mini episode, so each of us get one scenario, but we're also going to kind of piggyback off it, but whoever's turn it is, that's going to be, I guess, the majority of things. So, we both have a list of characters, and we're going to spin our randomizer wheels to find out which characters are going against each other. Craig, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first this time? Your choice, you're the guest.
I'll go first.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to spin the wheel for you.
And I will spin the wheel myself.
Who's coming in the wheel? Oh, yeah. Who? Alright. It's Peter Pan, the boy who stayed a boy.
Oh, Michael Jackson. And I got Eric Andre's alter ego from Bird Up.
I'm glad you got this one. Do they both think they can fly? How do you put these together? Who knows?
Okay, alright, hold on. Let me hear this out here.
Because we don't really, we don't go really hardcore in the source material, so if you wanted to make Peter Pan, actually some, dude in the city that thinks he's Peter Pan, then that's by all means.
Alright. So, the world's most hardcore Michael Jackson enthusiast is a man named Peter Pan that lives in New York. He wants to be a little boy forever.
Shimon!
So,
Stop till I get enough.
So, Peter Pan, again, he's kind of a creepy dude that lives in New York. He makes a living selling children's clothes. That's neither here nor there.
Oh.
Unfortunate. So, one day, Peter Pan is moonwalking down the street, doing his thing, whistling and such.
Eating Peter Pan peanut butter.
Oh, yeah, he just smothers everything in that shit.
Hot dogs. Other things.
Just honey roasted everything, peanut butter, yes. So, he's moonwalking down the street, and Eric Andre is in the middle of recording his next episode of Bird Up. It's the worst show on television, in case you didn't know.
Of course.
So, Eric Andre's just decked out in his green screen, clothing, and he sees Peter Pan just moonwalking down the street, and Eric's like, I gotta fucking interview this dude. I have to.
I see the character you've described, and I'm like, I want to talk to that person.
Yes, that man needs to be talked to.
Yeah.
So, Eric Andre runs over, shoves the microphone right in his fucking face, and is all like, "Sup, Mello? Come here often?" And Peter Pan is taken aback. No one ever talks to him, because he even knows he looks creepy. He even knows it. Peter Pan's like, the fuck? Why are you talking to me? He sees the microphone, gets a little scared, a little perhaps offended. Eric Andre's already trying to put a finger in his butt. Peter Pan's not afraid of that, of course, but he's still very cautious of what is happening here. Everyone's stopping and staring, wondering, yo, what the fuck's going on over there? Eric Andre's punching himself in the balls and just keeps yelling, "Don't worry, we'll edit this in post." At this point, Peter Pan is actually, afraid for his life. He does not know what the fuck is happening. At this point, he thinks he's on acid and just having a bad time. He has no idea what the fuck's going on.
You know what? He just might be.
He probably is. Some type of drug, that's for sure. Maybe a chemical cocktail, if you will. The same drugs that killed Michael. Oof. Big oof. But, Peter Pan's a complete drug addict, so nothing really phases him.
I love this turn for Peter Pan. The image. I've been laughing so hard because of the image of the Peter Pan that you've described. I'm imagining a full-grown man, obviously, but he's dressed like Peter Pan from the Disney movie.
Yes, but the clothes do not fit at all.
They don't fit.
They're like super small.
It's like that photo. I don't know if people know what I'm talking about by the time this is out, but there's this new photo going viral of like a white supremacist whose like shirt doesn't fit him at all. Like his fupa is like hanging out of his shirt, and while he's holding like his swastika flag. I imagine him to have that body build where he's just like this giant gut and fupa combination with like mismatched man boobs. Like one point's upward, one point's downward.
And somehow he thinks he's genetically perfect.
And he's still got he's got tights on that are like somewhat ripped. And he's got he has those like Peter Pan shoes, those little brown like
loafers,
like slip-on type things. Meanwhile, he is moonwalking as this just obese, but like his legs are skinny. It's that body type where he's got like skinny legs, but then he just like unfolds as it goes up. You know what I'm talking about?
I like to think he kind of looks like Chris Chan at this point.
Probably a little more so.
Christine Chan, if you will.
Yeah, probably a little more so, but like he has that body type where he's got like the really skinny legs and then just everything just blows up as it goes further. So he's got like really broad shoulders but really little feet. You know what I'm talking about? And he's moonwalking. Meanwhile, he's got a big jar of Peter Pan peanut butter, which, for the record, is the most disgusting peanut butter.
It's not that bad.
I think it's pretty bad. As a nut butter connoisseur. Nut butter. But he's got the big jar, and he's just shoveling it into his mouth like handfuls. He doesn't got a spoon or anything. He just dips his hand in there, pulls it out. He's got a fistful of peanut butter.
And it's not the creamy kind, it's the nutty kind.
Yeah, it's extra chunky.
Yeah, just filled with nuts.
Just like him.
Yeah.
He is also extra chunky. And he's
also nuts.
Don't forget, he has that Peter Pan hat on.
Oh, of course, with the little red feather.
Yeah, the little red feather, and I imagine he has like that Uma Thurman Pulp Fiction haircut.
Oh, yes.
On top of that, like the box.
Yeah. Yes.
The box bob. That's what he's got.
I
That's
think he's got
what
like
this
a
guy's got.
nice little brown merce that he like carries like random like what he thinks are essentials.
Yeah, or just things he finds on the ground. He's like going through the city and he's like, "Oh look, a paper clip, a little bent, but that doesn't mean it's not useful."
I mean, in his mind, it could be literally anything.
It could be anything.
With the power of Peter Pan's imagination, that paper clip is a
thingamabob. Wow,
it's a fucking plane. Not that he needs to fly; he already knows he can fly.
A crumpled up receipt. Fantastic. Into my bag it goes. A used condom. Into my bag it goes.
It's a holy scripture, if you will.
Balloon. Wow, a balloon.
Let me blow it up.
I'm glad this is the direction we took Peter Pan, because he would have been a very boring matchup otherwise.
Oh no, we turned Peter Pan into a sick, depraved man.
I feel like it depends on who he's going against, but since he's going against an Eric Andre character, then I feel like it's better for him to be this like crackhead dude.
Oh, for sure.
If he was going up against, say, I don't know, anyone else, we could use the traditional Peter Pan. But this is the one of the guy that thinks he's Peter Pan.
Yeah, this is of the Eric Andre universe, if you will.
The Andre-verse. It's expanding.
It's essentially hell.
So what gets them fighting, Craig?
Well, as stated before, Eric Andre's, trying to interview him, quote-unquote interview, but he's just completely fucking with him. He asks him if he wants to go for the high score and just starts shoving his, fucking fist in his mouth.
Yeah.
And at that point, Peter Pan is he's had enough of this. He's all like, get away from me, I need to go, and tries to walk away, but Eric Andre, in typical fashion, just keeps following him, throwing fucking Cheerios at his fucking head.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here. He's totally walking the wrong way, but whatever. Yeah, so again, Peter Pan finally has had enough, and he turns around and he just threatens Eric Andre, and Eric Andre's all like, fucking do it, bitch. Eric Andre just starts punching himself in the face repeatedly. Just literally fucking himself up. Peter Pan's just kicking him in the fucking nuts, and fucking Eric's just yelling, harder, harder.
Can you tell me that the whole time that Peter Pan is trying to get away from Eric Andre's character, what? Birdman, was it?
Bird Up. It's worth show on television.
Bird Up.
Well, he's moonwalking away, so the whole time they're still facing each other.
I was just saying, please tell me that he's still, like, moonwalking as he walks, like Django from One Piece, just moonwalks everywhere.
He's just moonwalking away, so, like, even Eric Andre's following him, they're still, like, just face-to-face the whole entire fucking time.
Yeah. He moonwalks progressively faster. He's a very impressive moonwalker, it's just that he looks so gross.
He's actually perfected the moonwalk, it's actually...
It's his move now.
It's impressive.
Yes.
But yeah, from there, it's kind of a one-sided fight.
Yeah.
But I like to think eventually Hannibal Buress shows up as Snail Down, best show on television, renewed for 20 seasons. So Hannibal shows up, Snail Down, and he's like, no, you can't hurt my counterpart, can't hurt my friend. So Hannibal Buress just goes on a fucking rage on Peter Pan, and that's when they both get into it. Again, the whole time Eric Andre is just in the corner, still punching himself like in the face while jerking off.
But at least he has backup.
Oh, he does.
All right. What a fun one! I feel like I had the most fun describing Peter Pan's appearance in this particular scenario.
Yeah, Peter Pan is...
This particular iteration of Peter Pan is not the Robin Williams or Disney variety. It is instead whatever that was. Basically, mix Chris Chan or Christine Chandler with... I don't know if you saw that clip of the dude that actually thinks he's Peter Pan, but mix them together.
Wait, there's a guy that actually thinks he's Peter Pan?
There's like this old show, it was like an old version of My Strange Addiction, where it was just like people that do weird stuff.
Oh,
and
no.
there's like a grown man that acts like Peter Pan. He's like 45 or something, and he's like got the tights and the hat, and he has that bob, like bowl cut type thing going on, and he like goes around and he's like, yeah, I like to be a little kid forever, and he has his like a swing set in his backyard and stuff.
Dude, that's crazy.
And basically it's like that, but just like the max turned up to 11, the maximum.
No, it's Peter Pan. It's David Lynch's take on Peter Pan. Just completely
Existential crisis.
Just fucking depraved, sick nonsense.
Ramblings of a madman. All right.
That was fun. That was fun.
Let's move on to the next one. I want to get this Peter Pan image out of my head.
Peter Pan's forever at this point.
So go ahead and spin your wheel.
All right.
Give me a good one. Come on. Come on now. Give me a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Scratch my neck.
There's that butter.
Need more.
There's that butter, yeah.
Oh, give me a good one.
I'm Guy Fieri.
Let's see who you got. Okay, again, I think we talk things into existence. I got Reptar.
Okay.
I mean, I can spin again.
Well,
let's see what you get.
Let's see what I get. Because we've recently talked about...
I know, that's why I feel bad.
Rats, so I don't like that enough at all. Okay. Let's both re-roll.
Okay, let's do that.
It was The Mask for those that are curious.
Jim Carrey's The Mask versus Reptar of Rugrats fame.
I don't think there's enough material there, to be honest.
Ooh. Alright, I'm happy with this one. I rolled John from Garfield.
That's unfortunate, Craig. Because we've already used
John.
I
thought so. When I wrote it down the other day, I was like, man, I feel like...
Okay, so this is really funny, though, because we did John Arbuckle versus Barney in the episode where we used him, and you just spun John, and I got Godzilla. So we basically we put him up to a harder boss.
This is John, though, of the alternate dimension where Garfield is actually a...
Not existent.
Yeah. I'm sorry, John. But...
Okay, Godzilla. We can't sleep on Godzilla. He's one of the flagship characters.
Oh, alright, well...
Biggest pop culture characters of all time we've got here. Godzilla.
Well, this is a fight that's not going to turn out well for who I got.
Chucky.
So we got a 2.5 foot doll
versus Godzilla.
Versus Godzilla.
What happens when you put something that can't be killed versus something that something that can't be killed versus something that never dies? An unstoppable force meets an immovable force.
Do you want to roll with that one, or
No, I'll roll with that.
you roll with it? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I've got this.
All right.
Chucky versus Godzilla. Two absolute icons. Two characters where most of their movies are kind of trash, let's be real. Because you have that whole like middle ground period with Godzilla, and then you have all of the Chucky movies.
There's quite a few of them.
There's quite a few, and I don't think any of them are probably regarded. They're not in high regard. He's Leprechaun tier.
Hey, leave Charles Lee Ray out of this. And also we're gonna say that it's the OG original Chucky, like the
Not the remake.
No. The remake
Not
was
Smart Chucky.
horrendous.
I didn't bother with it.
Oh, I saw it in the movie theater. Fun fact for all you viewers out there, I am a huge Chucky fan. It's probably my favorite horror franchise, sadly enough. Absolutely love them. Saw the new one in the theater. It hurt.
I thought your favorite was Halloween.
No, I do love Halloween. I do. But Chucky was the one as a kid that scared the absolute fuck out of me for some weird reason. I thought it was the scariest fucking thing in the world. So now that I'm an adult, I think it's fucking hilarious, and I have so much fun with them.
I remember going to the video store as a very young child and getting freaked out, yet intrigued by all the covers of the Child's Play movies.
Oh, same.
Or just the horror section in general. I always used to go there. They'd scare the shit out of me, but I just kept going back.
Oh, for sure.
Now, I love horror movies.
Yep, go figure, right?
But Chucky, solid Leprechaun tier of a horror movie. Yeah. Maybe slightly above the Leprechaun. But we had a very good conversation on a recent episode, The Leprechaun versus Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, okay.
And we discussed how the Leprechaun just fucking sucks.
He's not good.
Him and Chucky both have the same thing going for them, actually, where most of the kills both of them get are just because whoever the victim is just allows them to do that.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. like most of Chucky's kills could probably just be avoided if you just didn't let him kill you.
No, he gets creative though. He gets really creative.
I bet he's somewhat smart. He is pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't stop Chucky because there's more Chucky movies all the time.
But yeah, they're at like 7 or 8 now.
Yep, straight to DVD, straight to video, in theaters. Who knows?
Straight to Netflix now.
Straight to Netflix now. Yeah. Or they end up in the Walmart bargain bin like Selfie Man, but
which I will happily buy.
Or The Drone.
That's a fun one.
This remote has no controls. But, alright, so let's set the scene.
Yeah, tell me.
Tokyo.
Where are we?
Tokyo, Japan. The good guy doll has been imported to Japan, and it's not doing very well. So there's a lot of them. Now, the original Chucky somehow got into the shipment. Let's say Chucky is trying to get away from whoever his victims were in one of the older movies. Like, he's like, I just gotta go. Like, he realizes that he cannot do anything here. So he decides to escape and take that route. He ends up in a huge batch of good guy dolls. And, like, takes the place of, like, one of the normal ones. So, like, he opens the box, takes it out. A real Toy Story 2 scenario, if you would. Leaves the like normal Chucky doll, normal good guy doll back there, and he, not known to himself, all the good guy dolls are being recalled to their home manufacturer of Japan.
Oh no.
Yes, I backpedal a little bit, but that's what's happening. He's being somehow recalled to Japan, so he goes, and This is basically the Child's Play equivalent of Leprechaun in the Hood, except it's Chucky in the Yakuza.
Oh, I like it. All right.
Yeah, so it's basically that type of situation, but it's just like, let's put Chucky in Japan. And he's like, what's this? Wasabi? Or something. So he's causing shenanigans. The Yakuza befriends him somehow, and he just is going on a murdering spree in Japan. Meanwhile, it's Wednesday in Japan, so Godzilla comes up. Godzilla shows up.
As he does every other Wednesday.
Yeah, as he does. It's his schedule. Almost like this show's schedule. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Tune in on time. Make sure to subscribe.
Great plug.
Sponsored by Honey. Let's talk about Raid Shadow Legends.
Honey's a great app where you can just save on everything.
Yeah.
I used it the other day on Pizza Hut. Not even lying.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
How did it actually work?
I downloaded it and used it the other day.
Oh, nice. Did it work?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
An endorsement. Honey, sponsor me.
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
Do it.
So anyway, Godzilla, he starts showing up, and he is wreaking havoc, and Chucky, just being a psychotic bastard, is like, hey, you're killing more people than I am.
Can't be having none of that.
Yeah, so, Chucky runs up to Godzilla. It takes a long time because his legs are stubby. And he, jumps up and lands on Godzilla's,
Toe.
ankle or his toe or something, and he just has a little knife, and he's like...
Just stabbing away at it, just hacking it.
Godzilla doesn't even know. Godzilla pays it no mind. And, that's pretty much it. Chucky just keeps trying to go at Godzilla. The knife does nothing. We've seen Godzilla movies. His hide is pretty impenetrable, except by, really high-grade military stuff or another monster. And Chucky's just, just giving him, little shanks, basically the equivalent of... not even a paper cut for a human,
no,
less than that. Basic...
Walking on grass.
yeah, basically. Walking on one blade of grass that's somewhat sharp.
It's Florida grass,
Yeah. And Chucky just keeps stabbing until Godzilla's done with his rampage. And Godzilla goes back in the water. And Chucky floats back to the top, and then he waits for next Wednesday. And Godzilla shows up again, and he just keeps going at it. Now, Chucky doesn't need to eat or sleep or anything because he's a doll, so about 5 years pass, and Chucky has finally given Godzilla a cut. Because he's just been working on that main thing.
The first incision.
Yeah, so many years have passed, and Godzilla, feels a slight cut and looks down, and he's just just shakes him off.
Just, flicks him.
Yeah. Just he just kind of flicks his foot a little bit, and Chucky just goes flying back to America.
Yeah, I was going to say lands back in America.
Yeah, back in America. That's it.
That's about it, yeah.
And then we pick up right where we left off. That's how Chucky comes back in Child's Play 3 or whatever. There's no atomic breath left in this. Godzilla's just
no.
Oh.
What are you? Get off me.
Yeah. And he's just and all Chucky can do is just look off in the sunset as he sees the silhouettes of Godzilla and King Ghidorah going at it and just being
could have been me.
Yeah.
I was close. I almost had him.
I was almost going to go the route of somehow thinking of a way to get us a kaiju Chucky.
Oh shit.
But which would be fun in its own right, but I didn't want to do that. This is funnier.
No. Due to the recall at the beginning, Japan has the ingenious idea of melting every single good guy doll in all of the world, melt them all down and make one giant mega one.
They become one.
Yeah, they become one. Chucky hears about this whole idea and he decides, yo, fuck yeah, I will sacrifice myself. He jumps into the giant melting plastic vat of fucking melted good guy dolls and just yeets himself in,
Yeah.
thus becoming part of the giant mega Chucky doll, if you will, and takes over. Thus, the fight with Godzilla turns pretty nasty.
Godzilla still wins, though.
No. So depending if Chucky is able to sneak up on him and just strangle the shit out of him,
How do you sneak up on a kaiju?
he's a doll. He can do anything.
Oh, man. Was that the second scenario for this episode, or was that the first one?
That was the second one.
Oh yeah, we did the Peter Pan.
Yeah.
I've already blocked that out of my mind because I was talking about Chucky and Godzilla. Wow. Well, thanks for joining us for arguably the worst episode of Impossible Versus.
It was fun.
Joseph. Yes, it was. It was very fun. I'm Joseph. This is Craig. You can see some Craig stuff on Bearded Beer Bros, but also here or wherever. And you know where you can find me on the channel you're watching now. You should watch more of the videos.
Please.
Listen to more. Subscribe. Share with your friends. But you know what else is cool to share with your friends? Raid Shadow Legends.
I thought you were going to say STDs, but that too.
No. See you next time.